Hi, this is Julie Zorn, and this is my Ani Ma'amim project for the 2024 Cleveland Cohort of M Squared. Here I am at 8 years old when I was a student at Fairlawn Elementary School in Akron, Ohio. It was a long journey from 8-year-old me until I began my Jewish professional life. I would say my Jewish journey really began at summer camp. Here I am with one of my cabins at the Goldman Union Camp Institute, better known as Gucci. Can you spot me? Gucci is where I learned how to play a guitar, and where I didn't know it until I was an adult, but it's a skill that still works its way into my career even today. I learned very early on as a Jewish educator that moments created with guitar and music magically had an ability to unify a group of participants unlike just about anything else. It was a very useful skill that I often utilized to create meaningful moments for my students. I spent 8 years in Tucson, Arizona as a full-time Jewish song leader, traveling between Jewish agencies until I became the Jewish Living and Learning Specialist for the Tucson JCC. It was at that time that I began to want more Jewish context, so I went back to school. And I was inspired to try new things and hone in on my craft, and I continued this way for a long time. Until August 11th, 2017, Charlottesville. I couldn't believe what I was seeing on my TV. I couldn't imagine how Jewish children would process it. It profoundly changed me. Now, I had heard of a few reports of anti-Semitism that parents had told me had happened to their children over the years, but more often, I heard students talking about online bullying and how there was no escaping it even in the privacy of their own homes. Young people have it so much harder than we did when we were their age. Even though the Jewish people are no strangers to hate, hate is not solely owned by the Jewish people. That said, the teachings of our Torah holds within it a whole rule book on how to be good people. And as I began to look at the Torah as a means to express this, it suddenly occurred to me that the golden rule of do unto others as you'd have them do unto you, as well as all of the other mitzvot, hold a lot of weight in the modern world, maybe even more so than they did in ancient time. I am quite happy to leave subjects like today's Common Core math up to public school teachers, as I consider it to be my calling to teach about kindness. I also realized that I needed to find a universal project that all ages, all religions, all people could participate in and work together on creating peace and kindness throughout our community. And that's when Peace for PACS was born. Peace for PACS is a grassroots community-driven effort with the objective of empowering local youth with the tools needed to report a hate crime or incident on their own. Each peace sign is handmade by community members and includes a tag with the steps that should be taken to report a hate crime or incident. The peace signs are encouraged to be used as a dangle for backpacks with the goal of every student in Stark County proudly displaying a message of peace. As far as the students in our religious school goes, we've added curriculum for Jewish values in response to anti-Semitism and social justice as well. It is a focus of our curriculum to emphasize kindness wherever we can, such as one class created the Derech Eretz Awards this year, and even our youngest wrote how they'd like to improve in the new year as they watched it wash away. Sukkot focused on what it means to be a host to our Ushpuzim, and we had our first ever Blessing of the Pets after Parshat Noach to show how we treat animals with kindness too. Since the rally in Charlottesville in 2017, the rise of anti-Semitism, as well as the rise of all types of hate, have grown at an alarming rate. It feels like a day doesn't go by when there isn't a report of an attack on a minority. From the shooting at the Tree of Life Synagogue in Pittsburgh, to the hostage situation in Colleyville, to the October 7th Hamas attack in Israel, our Jewish students have witnessed a lot, and they can feel the concern from the adults in their lives. With every one of these incidents, My goal as an educator has become crystal clear. It is my wish to arm my students with confidence, compassion, and an open heart. It is my dream to be so successful in doing so that in my own little corner of the world, the kind of actions meets vote we practice and quest to achieve Tikkun Olam will spread and grow through our community and maybe even inspire others to spread their own kindness to others in their corners of the world